Are we rolling?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I get around the region, and I'm always looking for potential speakers, networking with people of like mind. And it was about 4 or 5 years ago, I met Mr. Winsley at an event in Connecticut. He was running for Congress. I think I had a brief, hello, how you doing? Here's my business card, or what have you. And then I got an email, one of those mass-generated emails, this group, Brave Enough to Fail. You know, and I said, I got to check this out. I'm looking at it. I said, I got to get a hold of this guy. And it happened to be the same man I met 5 years ago. So I'm going to give a little introduction. Our speaker today is a former radio broadcaster who spent over 20 years on air as a rock and roll DJ, reporter, and news anchor. For over 10 years, he was host of his own talk show, The Wayne Winsley Program. He is an author. His first novel, an FBI thriller entitled The Leprechaun Deception, was published in 2005. As a public speaker, Wayne has won several awards, including Monsters Worldwide's Rookie Speaker of the Year 2009, Toastmasters Area Speech Champion 2010 and 11, Toastmasters Regional Speech Chairman 2011. He is a proud Navy veteran who served 2 tours aboard the aircraft carrier USS Enterprise. Mr. Winsley is the founder of Brave Enough to Fail, the #1 student motivational program in America. His presentation today is entitled, Be the Boss of Your Dream. Let's give Mr. Winsley a warm welcome.
Thank you. 11:30 what time? Quarter.
Oh, okay. Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. First question. America's a pretty cool country, right?
Oh yeah, the best.
Yeah, right?
The best.
Yes, it is the best. You know, I think of America as, you know, we're not perfect. We got stuff. We're like a big dysfunctional family sometimes. You know, we got a bunch of cousins that half the time we don't want to talk to the other half and all that stuff and everything until somebody who's not family messes with us. Then we remember we're family. And having traveled a good bit of the world, I've come to understand that America is the greatest country that God ever gave man. Thank you. America is the one place where it doesn't matter where you're from, what you look like, what your parents did. You can start off with absolutely nothing and achieve your dreams. This is that place. Now, that brings me to a question. What's your dream? What's your passion? If you had, right now, your absolute choice of your dream career, job, or hobby, you would be doing blank. Now, imagine yourself doing that thing for a second. It's pretty cool, right? What a great life. You're doing your dream thing. Now, here's the problem. Far too many people, even here in America, don't live up to their potential, don't achieve their dreams or fulfill their destiny because they believe a lie. A simple 4-word sentence that stops people dead in their tracks. I guarantee you we've all heard the lie in some form or another. Some of us may have even believed it. Like me, I believed it for a while. Here's the lie. You ready? To fail is bad. To fail is really, really horrible. To fail at anything is bad. You absolutely don't want to do that. That message is drilled into us practically from day one until it becomes like the boogeyman in the closet. You're laying in your bed in the middle of the night and you hear a noise. You get up, open your closet door. It's in there. To fail is bad. Scary. Yeah. In fact, that lie is so scary that many people never even try to achieve their dreams. And In this society, when we see people who are taking great risks to go after their dreams and their goals and their destiny, we do two things. We either demonize them or idolize them, usually in that order. When we hear about them trying something crazy, we laugh at them, throw rocks at them. Dude, that's stupid. That's not going to work. They're crazy. Until they do it. Then we're like, oh, that's my boy. I knew he was going to do that. Yeah, call me. Yeah, do you see? I told you I was going to do that. In fact, this was a conversation on a college campus in 2004. Yo, that dude Mark over in dorm number 5? He's stupid. This is his idea. He's sitting there in his room, right, on his bed with a little laptop. He's trying to build some stupid website where people can log on and just put all their business up there for all the world to see. First of all, it's not going to work. And if it does work, it's not going to make any money. Oh, wait. That dude was Mark Zuckerberg. And his little website was Facebook. The last time I checked, Facebook was worth more than $700 billion. Over $700 billion for something that a young person, not much different from you, dreamed up. So, my question today at Camp Constitution, the new cradle of the American dream, my question is, what's your billion-dollar idea? What's your big dream? And what are you going to do when they tell you that you can't do it? Because they will. They will. They'll tell you, oh, you can't do that. First of all, it can't be done. Or they'll tell you it can be done, just not by you, because you're too young, you're too old, you're too broke, you're too whatever. Because history shows us that those with the most innovative and revolutionary ideas are more likely to be thrown out of the room than listened to. Yeah. Go all the way back. Christopher Columbus was kicked out of practically every castle all across Europe with that stupid idea of trying to reach east by sailing west. Much later, Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, the guy that invented my phone, was fired by the company that he started because they thought that he had no more good ideas and was too temperamental to run the company that he founded. Or my favorite, in 1929, a gentleman by the name of John Logie Baird was escorted out of the building by security. They just grabbed him and just threw him and get out of here, you're an idiot. When he tried to tell a newspaper editor about his idea of sending pictures through wireless, they were like, you're a fool. Oh, today we call that thing television. Oh, big ideas are scary to people that think small because they fear failure. But here's the truth. Here's the good news. Fear of failure, it's not even natural. You weren't born with it. Babies don't have it. That's how you learn to walk. For a baby, learning to walk is nothing more than trying, failing, until they get it right. Matter of fact, this is you learning to walk. Step, step. But then you got up and you tried over and over and over again. In fact, okay, if I was a preacher, this would be the part of the sermon where I'd be like, oh, you fell down! You was laying down on the floor! Just stretched out! Nobody could help you! You was laying down! Just boom! But did you stay there? No! You got up! And you started to walk! Glory! Can I get an amen? Woo! Man! Now we've established why I'm not a preacher. They'd be like, Wayne, we can't go to your church, Wayne. I'm sorry. But the point is, you were born with the ability to to try, fail, try, and succeed. Matter of fact, turn to the person next to you and tell them, you were born to succeed. Yeah. Now, turn to the person on the other side that you totally ignored and tell them, you too. Yes. Now, here's the thing though. If you were born to succeed at what? Well, back to the original question. What's your dream? What's your passion? And here's why that is so important. One of the founding documents of this great country of ours, the Declaration of Independence, second paragraph, first sentence, says what? Does anybody know? Not the first paragraph. That's just the winning the course of human events part. But, second paragraph. Yes! We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men, meaning men and women, are created equal, which is absolutely true. However, hold up, we are not all created the same. Look at the person next to you. Are you a digital copy of that person? No. In fact, we are all equally unique. If you ever forget how unique you are, here's a simple way to remind yourself how special and unique you are. If you would right now, just hold up your index finger. Yeah. Turn around. You know where I'm going. Just look at your fingerprint for a second. Okay? Your fingerprint has never ever occurred before you and never will again after you. Which means, I'm bringing him with me on tour. Which means, Camp Constitution, you can touch the world in a way that only you can.
That's right.
Only you. That's right. You are not one in a million. You are one of a kind. Fearfully and wonderfully made with a destiny and dreams that can only be brought about by you. Now, one of the ways that we put value on things in this society is by how rare it is. Diamonds, platinum, gold. Well, if you and your unique destiny are one of a kind in all of human history, how valuable is that? Priceless beyond all measure. Now, one other thing. For this, I need 2 volunteers to come up. I promise I won't embarrass you. Okay, 1 and okay, come on up. Just come on up. Okay, yeah, give them a round of applause. Okay. If you would stand here, you would stand right here, sir, and you stay there. Okay, and your name is Stephen, and you are Emma. Okay, Stephen and Emma. Okay, Stephen. Emma looks like she's a pretty nice young lady, right? She's here at Camp Constitution, obviously a patriot, but guess what? No matter how much you try, no matter how much you may want to, you cannot make Emma's dream come true for her. You can't. Emma. Stephen looks like a nice young man, right? Again, obvious patriot here at Camp Constitution, but guess what? No matter how much you try, no matter how much you may want to, you may be really feeling it that day. But guess what? You cannot achieve Stephen's destiny for him. You can't. You have to do it yourself. You have to do it yourself. Your dream, your destiny can only be brought to life by you. All right, you can go ahead and take a seat. Give them a round of applause. Thank you so much for coming up. So, that brings up another point. If your dream and your destiny is one of a kind in all of human history, never to be repeated, and can only be accomplished by you, well then, who is the boss of your dream? You are. On the count of three, why don't you say that with me one time? On the count of three, I am the boss of my dream. 1, 2, 3. I am the boss of my dream. Guess what? You have just taken charge of the rest of your life. Give yourself a round of applause. Now, if you are going to be a boss of your dreams, then you got to work like a boss. You got to do some boss kind of things. You got to make moves like a boss. Because even in the land of dreams, you actually have to do some things for your dreams to come true. Now, 4 key things I'm going to share with you. And those 4 things are easy to remember if you can remember how to spell the word boss. B-O-S-E. Wait, no, that's the sound system, right? Okay, sorry. There's a nice sound system, though. Be like, blows, man. B-O-S-S, boss. Here's what I mean. Number 1. By the way, I was just at the College of Westchester. We spent 3 days up there inspiring over 600 students over a 3-day period. So I didn't have time to change the slide. But number 1, you gotta dream big. The B is for big, big dreams. When it comes to your dream big. Because in life, the results that you get in life will never rise above your expectations. You will get what you expect out of life. Your expectations will never rise above your imagination. If you can't see it, you can't expect it. So, dream big, because here's what will happen. When you have big dreams, you'll start to expect big things to happen for you. And when you expect big things to happen, you'll begin to act and make decisions based on those big expectations. And when you act and make decisions based on big expectations, big things begin to happen for you. Pow! Just like that. It's like math. It's like 2 + 2 = 7. So, 5. No, 4. Yeah. Okay, I'm not a math major, man. Yeah, that was Common Core math. That's right. If I can explain how it gets there, it's right. But you got to dream big. When it comes to what you want to be something, dream of being the best at it. Dream of being it and doing it better than all those who came before you. Number 2, the O is for out of your comfort zone. Your dream is not going to come true within the confines of your comfort zone. In order to turn big dreams into big results, you got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to do things that you're not used to. If you've got big dreams and big expectations, guess what? You got to do some things you've never done. Go places you've never gone. Meet people you've never met. Do things you've never done before. Get out of your comfort zone, because that is how you become better, faster, tougher, smarter. That's where the growth is. For example, has anybody in here ever done any weightlifting? Anybody ever lifted any weights? Okay, a couple weightlifting? Okay. So, you could probably help me out with this. So, let's say I want to bench press 250 pounds. Okay? Bench press 250. Yes! However, I only like working out with 200. I'm comfortable with 200. I'm good with 200. I can bench press 200. I can get lots of reps with 200. I'm good. Can I get to 250 that way? Why not? I'm good with 250. How come I can't lift 250? What do I have to do? Gotta do what? Oh, I gotta put more weight on the bar. So if I put more weight on the bar, what will happen? I'll get what?
You gotta slowly put a little bit more weight until you get to 250.
So I slowly put more weight on the bar until I get to 250, because that's how I will get stronger and better. So I get it. So when it comes to your dreams and your goals, you got to put some more weight on the bar. Yes. You got to get out of your comfort zone. That's how you will get stronger. That's how you will get smarter and better and tougher. You got to get out of your comfort zone. The next S, strategy, a plan of action. The difference between a dream and a wish is a strategy, a plan. In other words, if I decide, you know what? I want to make $1 million. Okay. I want to make $1 million. $1 million. What's your name, sir? Eugene. Eugene. You gonna help me out with my $1 million? I want $1 million.
I save $5 a day every day. Over 32 years, I'd have $1 million.
Okay, well, that takes a long time. Well, but what about me? Oh, I got to get smart. So wait. So if I want to earn $1 million, I have to come up with a plan, a service or a product that people in the free market will exchange for that service to earn me that money. Oh, I get it. And guess what? America's a great place to do that, by the way. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there. But you got to have a plan. Because yes, a dream without a plan on how to get there is just a wish. Also, especially the young people in the room, I'm going to tell you something right now that will put you ahead of 90% of the people who set goals and dreams. I'm going to put you in the top 10% right now. Very simple. When it comes to your plan, your strategy, your goals, write them down. Write them down. Serious. 90% of people don't write their goals down. Because here's what happens. When you write it down and put it in some place where you can see it, don't write it on the bottom of your shoe. No. But when you write it down, it makes it more real to you, and it also makes you more accountable to your plan and to your dream. So yes, have a plan, have a strategy, write it down, and look at it, and work it. The last S in the word boss. Now, this S, in my opinion, is actually the most important, because without it, the other three letters won't work. The last S in the word boss, stick-to-itiveness. That's an actual word. I looked it up. Stick-to-itiveness. I was like, that's not even a word, is it? But yes. Dogged perseverance, resolute tenacity. Being the boss of your dream means sticking to it even when all you want to do is quit. Because I am not going to stand here and tell you that even in the land of the free and the home of the brave, following your dream and achieving it is easy. It's not. It takes hard work, and you got to stick to it. Do not give up, because there will be days when you feel like, oh, this is taking too long. I can't do it. I'm out of money. I hate the job I have right now. All this stuff. Stick to it. The difference, quite often, between driving a new Ferrari and a used Ford is often the courage to go after it and the determination to stick with it until you get the keys.
That's good.
Stick to your plan. Because sometimes it does take a long time. I'll tell you a quick story about a man named John Hetty. Like 20 years ago, he had this idea. He was like, you know what? I want to make a video game that like a whole bunch of people will play online. an MMO, massive multiplayer online game. That's what I want to do. That's my dream, kind of like Fortnite, right? Okay? But it was like way before Fortnite. So he built this video game. It was called Meridian 54. Y'all heard of that? You know why? It was awful. It was awful. It was like, it had like 3 subscribers, and even they only played it for like 2 hours. We're like, this is awful, man. I gotta play this game. So that didn't work. So he went to work. He ended up getting a job with Google. He's one of the guys that helped develop Google Maps. But he still had this idea. I want to build this big video game that a bunch of people will play. So he made another one. I even forget the name of it. It was so bad. But don't worry, you didn't hear about it either because it was awful. Nobody played it. So more time went by. He still had this idea, this dream. He's like, I want to do this. In 2016, he built another one. This one you might have heard of. It's called Pokemon Go. Oh, yeah. Yes, Pokemon Go. Took him 20 years to get it right. But check this out. When it debuted in 2016, it debuted in June of 2016, that year, Pokemon Go was earning over $20 million a month. And right now, today, even though it's not as popular as it was, with all the other spin-offs, Pokemon Go's revenue today is between $5 and $7 million per month. Now, I don't know about you, but I mean, okay, I figure if I was making $5 million a month, I could probably get by on that. I mean, if I save, clip some coupons, you know, eat ramen for lunch, you know, I could probably get by on $5 million a month. When it comes to your dream, stick to it. Because that's how it works. Now, the last couple things I want to share with you before I tell you more about the rewards of courage, allow me to share with you a little bit about the wages of fear, because fear does pay you. I'll explain it this way. Tell you a little bit about myself and why I know what I know. Now, I was born in Cleveland, Ohio. I was raised by a single parent. Not my mother, not my grandmother, my great-grandmother. The woman that raised me was born in 1911. So I got that old school upbringing. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Now, she raised me until she became too old to take care of me. I ended up in the social welfare system. I was in an orphanage for a while, then I went to a place called Boys Town. Along the way, I failed 8th grade the first time because I moved around so much. Second time I was in 8th grade, I basically gave up on school. I pretty much stopped going. That year, if you added up, if you took all the days that I went to school and stayed the full day without skipping any classes, it would probably add up realistically to about 2 weeks. So I was this 14-year-old black kid walking around the streets of Cleveland, Ohio with no plan, no nothing, shoplifting out of stores to eat and all this stuff. Realistically, I was going to wind up in one of 2 places, prison or the cemetery. What changed for me and what brought me to where you see now is a conversation that I overheard. They weren't even talking to me. I was just in a room. A friend of mine, his name was Rick. I was at Rick's house one day. His father was talking to him about his report card. He was not happy with it. So Rick was kind of getting balled out. Now, I was standing over in the corner. You know that awkward moment when you're at your buddy's house and your friend's getting yelled at and you're over in the corner, you're like, oh, this is awkward. I hope he doesn't get a whooping. I might have to post that. So I'm standing there. One of the things that Rick's dad said to him was, Ricky, always strive for excellence.
Yeah.
Always strive for excellence. I don't care what you do, but be excellent at something, because excellence will overcome poverty, prejudice, and adversity every time. Just be excellent at whatever you choose. Now, both those gentlemen are still in my life today. Neither one of them remember that conversation. I like to think that God was talking to me that day. I was standing there, and for whatever reason, those words, be excellent at something, rattled around in my head, and I made a choice. I chose to go back to school and actually work at it. Now, was it hard? Oh yes, because I had been totally disengaged from school for over a year. Did I suddenly become an A student? No. In fact, the best I ever did in math was like a C average. And I celebrated C's like A's. I was like, 70, holla at your boy, 70. What? Come on now. Sure. And then somebody told me, well, you know, Wayne, C's get degrees too in college. I was like, oh, really? Holla! So, now I did get A's and B's in like history and English, stuff like that. But I wound up graduating. I did not go to prison. Still not in a cemetery. I ended up, because of that choice, I ended up serving my country honorably in 2 tours in the U.S. Navy aboard the USS Enterprise. Had a 20-year career as a radio broadcaster, a job that was so much fun that I was surprised that they paid me to do it. Was even blessed enough to run for United States Congress in the state of Connecticut. So, that is where Brave Enough to Fail comes from, because I know, I am living proof that a message can change the trajectory of a child's life.
Correct.
So I am dedicating the rest of my life to bringing that message to as many children as possible across our great country. That's what Brave Enough to Fail is.
Come on.
Thank you. But now, I spoke about fear. I told you the other stuff to let you know where I came from. When I was in the military, when I joined the Navy, I was in boot camp. My company commander came to me and told me that my great-grandmother had passed away. Then he told me that because she was not a close enough relative, like on paper, I could not be excused from duty to go and attend the funeral. Now, I calmly explained that, okay, well, I know it's my great-grandmother, but that's my mama. Like, that's the person that rocked me to sleep at night. That's who bandaged my knee when I fell down. That's who held my hand that first day of kindergarten. Whoever does those things for you in your life, that's mama or papa. You know, forget what the paper says. My commander said, okay, I understand, but the rules are the rules. There's nothing I can do. Now, what I wanted to do at that point was jump up and down and say, okay, look, you better call somebody. Get the president on the phone, okay? Somebody can make a decision, make this happen, because I'm going home to say goodbye to my mama. What I actually did, though, was nothing. I accepted the first no that I got because I got afraid. I was scared that if I kept asking, I'd be told no again, or if I kept asking and made trouble, that I would get in trouble. Because I was 18 years old, 1,000 miles away from home with no idea how a military chain of command actually worked. Because had I pressed the issue, one of two things would have happened. I would have wound up in front of the commander of the base. That person could have made a decision, yes or no. That person would have either said, well, of course, I understand the circumstances, you can be excused to go. Or they would have said no. Had I been told no at that point, I could have lived with that. Because I would have known that I had done everything that I could. See, when you do everything that you can, when you leave it all on the table and you come up short, that you can live with. If you've ever played competitive sports, you know. You playing football or basketball, whatever. You leave it all on the field, but you know what? That day the team was 1 point better. Okay, fine. You know, it stinks, but you can live with that. But knowing that I hadn't tried everything I could, I had to live with the regret of knowing that because of fear, I did not get to go home and say goodbye to my mom. That regret is like an open cut on my heart that bleeds a little every time I think about it. Fear pays you with regret. You never hear about people at the end of their life, some old guy, who's on his deathbed regretting the things that they tried. No, you never hear him saying, "Oh man, I regret that I tried to be an actor. Ah, what an idiot. Oh, I regret that I tried to start that business. That was stupid." No. They regret the things that they didn't try, the dreams that they didn't pursue. But the great thing about it is, if you have the courage to pursue your dreams, that will take you around regret, through adversity, and above and through obstacles. And here's the important thing, especially my young people in the room, and in fact everybody in the room, because right now in this room, this is not just a group of young people and older people. Right here in this room, there's books waiting to be written, businesses ready to be started, new products waiting to be developed. Your dreams are the future of America.
That's right.
And if you're brave enough to fail, you are destined to succeed. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And if you would, please, I have one favor to ask. If you have your phone, or if you remember, you can go to our website, braveenough2fail.org. And if you just click on that, we need your feedback. You can tell me, take a brief survey. It takes like 3 minutes. Tell me how I did today. And I'll pick some people at random to send you an item from the Brave Enough to Fail store. We have hoodies, cups, mugs, t-shirts. If you would do me that favor, I'd be honored. Now, if anybody has any questions or anything about anything I said, if not, thank you so very much. You guys have been awesome.